that it was actually Dwayne Wade that pointed him out in a team meeting. Look, realistically right now, who has the best chance at beating the Warriors? The Houston Rockets do. The Houston Rockets have the best chance out of anybody at beating the Warriors right now. Even though this Cavs team is better and they're playing better, they're still not equipped in where they need to be to beat the Warriors in the finals if they get there. Because I do believe that right now, if the Celtics and Cavs were playing a 7-game series right now, I would take the Celtics. I just think that they're better equipped mentally and physically, and as a team, they're more unified than what the Cavs are. But we'll have to see. Last year the Cavs kind of had some struggling positions, got to the playoffs, and almost swept everybody. I think they lost only 1 or 2 games to the Celtics, but everybody else they pretty much swept. And then, of course, they got to the finals, and the rest is history. And that's what it may be again this year. They may get into the playoffs, play very well through the East, get to the finals against the Warriors, and just get manhandled. But if you ask me right now who has the best chance to beat the Warriors, it's not an East team, it's the Rockets in the West. I think if anybody is going to stop the Warriors from winning another championship, it's going to be the Rockets. That's the team that realistically right now has the pieces and has the play and the mental capacity to do it. Well, you've got the All-Star game tonight. Be Team LeBron versus Team Steph at 8 p.m. on TNT. I'll watch it. I watched a little bit of the whole skills competition yesterday. I think the NBA does a great job with their whole All-Star weekend. I still think out of all the All-Star events that the NHL does the best with it. Their whole 3-on-3 tournament style All-Star game, I think, is the best. But the NBA does a very good job with the dunk contest, 3-point contest, the whole point guard, pass, dribble, layup, 3-point contest. I watched a little bit of that last night. I think that they do a phenomenal job with it. And I think the All-Star game tonight will be worthy to watch it. What I miss in the NBA is the rivalries. That's what I miss in the NBA. When it was Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and the Lakers and the Celtics, they hated each other. NBA players now, they got the same agents, they got the same sponsors, they do events together. Most of them are friends. You really don't have the rivalries anymore. And, we now know that LaMarcus Aldridge and Al Horford were picked. They were the 2 players that were picked last in the All-Star draft with Team Steph and Team LeBron. And that's really why they didn't make the All-Star draft live. Is because they didn't want players to get their feelings hurt of when they were picked. You're still an All-Star. Whether you're picked last or you're picked first, you're still an All-Star. And we all knew this was eventually going to get leaked. We were eventually going to find out who were the last 2 players picked. We now know that Aldridge was the last player picked in the All-Star draft, and Horford was second to last. But still, televise it. Do something to try to create those rivalries. That's something that the NBA is missing. You don't have those player versus player rivalries anymore. You don't have the Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird rivalries anymore. You don't have the Michael Jordan, Bulls versus the bad boy Pistons rivalry anymore. You don't have that. Like I said, they're all in partnerships together. They're all friends together. They all do events together. Now, do I think doing an all-star draft live on TV would get players, so disgruntled, sitting there saying, oh, why was I picked here? Why was this guy picked in front of me? I don't think it would create that much of an issue, but it might help create a little bit of some rivalry and tension, because I think that's what the NBA needs right now, especially when you have every team in the NBA chasing the Warriors, and you have people saying, why are you playing 82 games when right now we all believe that the Warriors are going to be the one hoisting the trophy at the end. Create those rivalries. Televise the all-star draft. If that helps create some type of tension and rivalry, do it. Because I think that that's what the NBA is missing right now. Well, LeVar Ball has once again spoken out and said that his son Lonzo will not re-sign with the Lakers if they don't sign LaMelo Ball and his other brother. Well, let's be realistic here. D'Angelo Ball, or Jello Ball, whatever you want to call him, is the worst of the three. LaMelo, a lot of people believe if he does if he's taught right and is shown how to play correctly, that he can be better than Lonzo. And like it or not, people, Lonzo is not going to be the centerpiece for the Lakers. He is not going to be what they build around. It's going to be Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram that they center their team around and that they build around. That's going to be their building blocks. Lonzo is not going to be that. And LeVar coming out and saying, oh, Lonzo's not going to re-sign with the Lakers if they don't sign his two other brothers. Well, I got something for you, LeVar. Lonzo makes those decisions, and his agent makes those decisions, not you. And right now, if you ask the Lakers right now, would you draft Lonzo again at second overall? I think there will be some people in that office that would say, no, we wouldn't. And now you're hearing talk that they may look to trade him. Look, LeVar, being there for his kids and coaching his team, I think that that's great. But the things that he has said and that he has gotten out to the media, all it's done is hurt Lonzo. It hasn't helped him one bit. It's only hurt him. And that's where I have an issue. When you're creating stuff and throwing stuff out there like, oh, he's not going to re-sign with the Lakers if they don't sign his two other brothers, that just hurts Lonzo. That hurts his image, and that hurts him. And I applaud Lonzo for getting up there and saying, hey, I just play. My dad talks. He's always done that. He always will. I applaud him for getting up there and saying that. That says a lot about him. That says that I'm not going to let that be a distraction. I'm not going to let that influence my path in my career. But on the other side of it, and, ESPN has gotten knocked for this as well, that they're giving LeVar the platform to make these comments and put this stuff out to the media. But at the same time, LeVar is the one making the comments. And like I said, I love that, he coaches his son's teams. He's, with them a lot. But when you say certain things like that regarding Lonzo and getting him involved, that just hurts him. And that's where I draw the line. And we all said this when Lonzo was drafted by the Lakers. How much would LeVar have an effect on him? And look, Lonzo's a good player. He's not great. He's a good player. LaMelo, the second oldest, he has a chance to be better than Lonzo. There's a lot of NBA scouts that have watched him play and have said he can be better than Lonzo if he's taught right. And right now, playing in Lithuania, under his father LeVar as the coach, is not helping him get better. Let him go to a college school. Doesn't have to be UCLA. Let him go to college and play for a little bit. Let him get, the feel of how it's going to have to be in the pros. Because there's a lot of NBA scouts and a lot of, NBA insiders that believe that LaMelo can be better than Lonzo if taught right. And like I said, Lonzo's good, he's not great. I said this when he was drafted. He is not going to be the centerpiece in the face of the Lakers. And right now, we're seeing that. He isn't. Kuzma is better than him. Ingram is better than him. Those are going to be the ones that Magic Johnson focuses on. And it's the Lakers. Everybody wants to play for the Lakers. Everybody wants to wear that jersey and be a part of that franchise. So they don't really need, they don't need to have that key player to pull free agents. That's going to be a place that free agents are going to want to go anyways. And of course, everybody is automatically believing that after this season, LeBron's going to be a Laker. I'm the one to tell you, don't believe that. There are other teams out there that have very good building blocks that would fit very well with LeBron. And now you're hearing talk of he may stay in Cleveland, because that may be his best option. I think the Sixers would be a phenomenal fit. I think even Minnesota would be an intriguing fit. But I don't think Lakers are his best option. Everybody is automatically assuming that that's going to be his best option and that's where he's going to go. Right now, looking at the Lakers right now, do you really think that LeBron would want to go there right now? Probably not. And there are, like I said, I believe there are better options than that team. But getting back to Lonzo, if you ask that Lakers front office, with what you know now and what you've seen from Lonzo and with, how stuff is going with LeVar and all that, would you draft him second overall again? I think there would be people in that office that would say no, we wouldn't. And there's still a lot of people that believe that they're going to move off of him. Now, obviously, the trade deadline and all that's passed, and you can't be traded within your first year, but there's a possibility that it could happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if LeVar keeps making these type of statements and tries to influence things, that the Lakers just don't sit there and go, you know what, he isn't worth it. We've got really good key players here. Let's trade him. Don't be surprised if it happens. Because right now, I do believe some people in that Lakers front office is sitting there going, we made a mistake. We made a mistake. Well, A.J. McCarron wins his grievance with the Bengals. He will be an unrestricted free agent. I don't know what he is. He hasn't really played he had the one season where Andy Dalton went down. He had one game in the playoffs, and he played pretty decently, but